podcasting from the beautiful island of Aruba on Rogers Beach. This is the Brooklyn Baritone Podcast. Hey everyone, thank you for joining me, and it's usually morning wherever I choose to record these for you, and when you choose to listen to me, morning, evening, afternoon, nighttime, late at night, I always very much appreciate the likes, the looks, the listens, and I very much especially appreciate you guys hitting the subscribe and notification bell on my YouTube channel, Brooklyn Baritone. Well, I have been on kind of a hiatus, yes, partially for me being here in Aruba, but I also had some things that I had to deal with before coming here. I actually supposed to be here at an earlier date, but I got sidetracked a little bit to recover from because yours truly did have the coronavirus. So I was told by medical staff who did a test on me. So, I'm good, straight, COVID-free. Negative tests all around it, like 2-3 different tests, and I'm straight now. Now, I'm just going to just share this experience with you. Yes, all the little symptoms that everyone basically tells you about, I went through them, some more than others. I had a little bit of the chills and the feverish, but it wasn't really hard impacting. That was when it just started. I believe I started to get a viral infection. But then now the last leg I had to deal with was the actual breathing part. It was not, thank the Father, as bad as many other people have experienced, but it was bad enough. It's a terrible thing to not be able to take your breath. And one of the things I'm always talking about is using your voice. And you can't use your voice if you cannot take a proper breath. So that was a challenging part, but I got through it. I'm going to tell you all the things that I actually did. It might be deemed extreme from, by a lot of people's standpoints and opinions, but it worked. But I also, reinforced that with, faith and claiming things, not even claiming things, but commanding things to happen. But we're going to get into that, in the last leg. So I'm just going to walk with you little by little, started feeling, I'm not too sure where exactly I might have gotten, the nasty coronavirus, because Rona, she saw me, I'm good looking, so she wanted to have a little date with me. I didn't want to deal with her, but Rona ran up all over me, and then I started to get sick. So I guess probably like maybe the second week of so, I started to not want to eat. Yes, because of the sickness in your body, in my body, just like anyone else's body, is going to start fighting off the virus. But I said, let me start helping it out. One of the major things you can do to help yourself out is either tone down what you eat, lay off the heavy things, a lot of greasy things, or even just fast. And this is what I did. I didn't have an appetite anyways, and I already knew I had the knowledge to fast, because when your body's not concentrating on digesting foods, whether it be really good foods for you or the bad foods are the worst. It'll take your body's ability away to heal itself. Our body has the fantastic ability to heal itself, and you have to give your body a chance to do so, either filling it with the right things, or you can, again, fast like I did. Now, when I fasted, like the first few days, I didn't have an appetite. Even though I did get hungry, I knew I had to initiate that and let my body concentrate on getting this thing out of my system. So I fasted for over 7 days straight. Nothing but liquids. So this is what my day consisted of. I actually ordered colloidal silver. I can't remember exactly all the health benefits, but it does help you with your immune system and fight viral intake. So first thing I did was to take my drops, about 5 drops of the colloidal silver. Then I had me turmeric tea. You could buy this probably at most supermarkets if you're watching this, or a specialty supermarket. I went to specialty organic supermarket in Brooklyn. I drank turmeric tea first thing in the morning, and then what I also did was take the aloe plant. You cut the skin off. I covered this in one of my past podcasts, and you take like the gel part, which is very bitter, but it's great for you, great for your skin, great for your insides. I added a little bit of water, not too much to water it down, blended it up, and then I added some orange juice on it to kind of chase it a little bit because it is bitter, but it's really good for you. So I have that at least once or twice a day. I also ordered an immune booster. You can find that on Amazon. I can't remember the brand name, but it comes in a little brown bottle and drops. Take about 3-4 drops. You do that multiple times during the day. I was doing that as well. On top of that, I was boiling ginger tea straight and drinking that. And there are times when I added actually lemon to it. And sometimes when I felt brave during the day, I added cayenne pepper. I actually did it probably once a day. You can do the ginger straight by itself and cayenne pepper. Another thing I did, something of course a lot of West Indian or Caribbean people would do is boil pineapple. Well, I cut the actual pineapple skins off, put a little bit of clove in there with ginger and turmeric. And I boiled that and just drank that, throughout the day. That, of course, really helps. Again, you fighting off viral infections in your body. And then on top of course, on top of everything, I also drank a lot of water. Hydrate yourself. You need water because, these things that I'm drinking has water in it, but you need the straight water to help flush the system out. And, of course, we're 70% water, so we need water on top of it. I also boiled garlic. I boiled garlic, till at least twice a day. I think I probably drank it. So you just boil the garlic, so you smell the water, so you smell the garlicky smell. Then just drink it straight, and add anything else that also helps with viral infections. So throughout the whole course of the day, I'm just drinking tea, all the concoctions I made with the aloe and the orange juice, the pineapple with the ginger and everything, ginger, garlic. Throughout the whole day, that's all I'm drinking. I try to stick around every hour on the hour. I will try to stick to that schedule from when I wake up to about when I want to go to sleep. So that's all the stuff that I was intaking to help me with this infection, because I'm trying to get it out, because you have to understand, even though there's a worldwide pandemic behind this, it's still a viral infection. It may affect you more or worse, depending on who you are or how bad you get it. But, the same way how you would attack the flu or anything else, you do the same thing, same mentality. This is how I see it. So I didn't let that fear get into me, because the very bad part that I understand that people get, because this is the guidance that I got when I got the call back to say my COVID test was positive. You tested positive for COVID. You have to go home and quarantine for 2 weeks at least. Stay away from everybody. Do not go outside. So you're inside, locked inside, away from society. And if you have people living with you, stay away from them. Good luck. That's the call that I got. You're positive. Go home and quarantine. Stay away from everybody else in society. If you live around people, stay away from them, and good luck. See, this is the guidance that people get on the regular. If they don't have a certain understanding of how the body works, how viral infections work, of how the world works and understands, I could imagine how terrifying and how much anxiety that will cause people to feel in that condition, especially when we've been conditioned to have fear and anxiety. Now, we have a society now where it's the new norm, where loving family members can't even be around each other or have that fear or anxiety to not be around each other anymore. And that's a terrible thing to do, because we were meant to be social beings. I understand being safe, but where was all this practice when the flu was going on? The flu is still there. Coronavirus is a legit concern and threat, but so is, not just diabetes. You say obesity too, but also overeating, overindulgence in certain things. When you eat certain food, you could be slim and trim and eating a lot of trash, and that trash is trashing your insides. We have to have just about the same level of concern. I don't want to alarm people, but I want people to be educated and understand that, you cannot correct any problem with fear in your heart. You have to have confidence and, yes, education. So me understanding how things work, I wasn't too alarmed. This is what I got to do. This is what I got to deal with. There are many people who don't have that luxury to have that education or even have that support where they need it. So I'm just going to be one of those people to tell you, yes, if you get sick, take care of yourself. And I gave you my steps of how I came past it with as far as the physical side. And then now the extra stuff I'm going to say now, I also had a humidifier. So every night I slept with a humidifier, and I think for a good chunk of the time I was home, I usually ran it during the daytime too, because the dryness, if your place where you stayed is dry and your throat and your nose gets dried out, that's not good for you as well. Even if you do hydrate, you have to hydrate the area you are as much as possible. Now, what I did is, I didn't use Lysol all the time. I found it on eBay, where I found a gallon peroxide, a gallon of alcohol, and I had whatever other cleaning fluids at home, that has nice smells, lemony, fresh, citrus smells or whatever, and poured a little bit of it in a spray bottle. So half peroxide, half alcohol, and a little bit of whatever cleaning solution I had at home, just for the smell. And usually would go inside and outside. I sprayed down the shoes, sprayed down clothes, all that stuff. So all day when I was at home quarantining, multiple times a day, I was spraying down where I laid at, things that I touched, doorways, doorknobs, the whole shebang, doing that, being mindful about it. Now, my wife, Mrs. Baritone, she, years ago, she bought like a little booth thing you sit in. It collapses and folds up, where you could get a steamer and sit down and steam. Now, I guess the little box inside the steamer where you sit in that pushes out the steam, I would get oils. Sometimes I drop lemon oil in it, eucalyptus oil, peppermint oil, those things. So as it steamed, we're getting that oil fragrance in there, and sometimes I'll stick my head in there and inhale that as well. So these are the things, the physical things that I did to overcome it consistently. Yes, I fasted for over 7 days, nothing but straight liquids, all the good liquids, including water. Took the supplements that I told you about, the colloidal silver and the immune booster, and then the humidifier, sprayed down everything, and steamed as well. And I also did soak in a bath with Epsom salts to put oils in there too. So I was going all out. I was not trying to stick around and stay home and pop pills. That's not going to happen. A lot of people need way more than that. And hopefully you people who are listening to my beautiful audience out there, you take this information into consideration. So if you know someone who does get hit by this, or you yourself, I don't wish that for anybody to get sick at all from anything. Hopefully you could take some of this information and apply it to however and whoever you need to in your life. Now, here comes the most important part of what I went through it, because, I had things to do. I had certain dates to go, on trips and everything, and I didn't want to stay sick. So, of course, I was doing the work. And I follow Elohim. And when you follow Elohim, you're supposed to grow in your faith. But you can have faith all you want, but faith without works is dead. So I had the faith, yes, but I was putting the work in. This is how this world is run. This world is run off of order. And I was following a certain order to get right. And at the same time, I didn't just pray. Prayer is very important, but I went a step further. Yeah, you can say you claim it, but I commanded it. There's a certain date that I had set. When I take a test, this test for COVID again, after a good amount of time passes, I had it. I said I commanded this thing to be out of my system. Lo and behold, the day came for the test. I didn't have any major doubts, and guess what? Did the work. I commanded it, because we all have that power to command things to happen, but you have to have that faith and that confidence. Yeah, a little bit of swagger, but you have to understand we're not made in fear, we're made in power. Our words have power. We have power because we come from a powerful entity. We come from Elohim, the creator. So once we get into our proper skin, because we're made in his image, and we start acting more like him and claiming things and commanding things to happen. Because remember, when Yeshua, Christ, told demons to come out of things, he only spoke one time. So we have to have that mindset and get on that frequency with our creator, so we can just command things to happen. Put the work in, but we also have that faith, and we have that presence to say, we gonna do this, and this is how we gonna do it, and stick to it, and it's gonna manifest itself. So I told you the physical things that I did, and this is also the spiritual side of things that I did. So that's where I've been for a while, a good hiatus. It took a good amount of energy from me. I didn't feel like doing much, but I didn't forget about my productions in the back of my head. I just had to get myself right. And now, of course, fast forward, a good while ahead, we're in Aruba. You know, me and the family in Aruba have been here for a while. I threw a production, like you might have seen it already. And of course, I have to take advantage of this beautiful backdrop here, you know. So that's where I've been, you know, a little bit of hiatus. You know, I know a lot of people waiting or probably wondering where was that notification for the weekly podcast. That's a little catch up in a nutshell, as quick as I possibly can, without boring you or dragging on this in front of this microphone here. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support. And I've, gotten questions. Thank you very much for you guys who have been concerned. I know I haven't been in touch with a good amount of people. A lot has been going on, and little transitions here, bumps here, but whatever, I'm here and you're here, and I thank you very much. But anyways, I'm going to cut this short now. So of course, you could always catch the rest of my content on my website at www.brooklynbaritone.com. You could also catch me on my YouTube channel, Brooklyn Baritone. Make sure you subscribe. You could catch me on LinkedIn under Corey Ashley. I am also on Instagram, and I am on Facebook. You could also catch more of my content on, at least the audio podcast, on the Google Play Store, Apple iTunes Play Store, and also Amazon Music under podcast. And again, I have to get these channels memorized, but I'm also airing on local Brooklyn cable television at 12 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm airing like 4 times a week. So anyways, thank you for listening. I want you guys to be blessed, walk good, and I will catch you